All right, y'all. So look, this story brings me no pleasure. All right. So as you know, Conway, Conway, Arkansas, they had a shooting. Okay, and two individuals they were shot and killed. Nine more were injured. The woman on the left is 24-year-old Tatiana Pinster or Pinister. It depends on how you say the last name. I don't know. And then 23-year-old Demetrius Femster. Um, he was also deceased, and he's the gentleman on the left. Um, from what I've gathered, the party was promoted by outsiders, like people that don't live in Conway, Arkansas. Uh, they didn't have a city permit. They didn't have a link to the college. Um, yeah, and at least six guns, different guns, were fired. Um, Obviously, no one's in custody because nobody lived in the city. And I see different videos and I see different people going around, and my main thing is this. And before I get into it, let's have a brief moment of silence for these two. All right. So look, this is very simple. Okay, if you're at an event, and I've never seen this before in my life. I used to live in Conway, Arkansas, for 10 years. Okay, and it was never like this. All right. And I'm glad that nobody connected to the University of Central Arkansas, like trying to go to college or anything, was connected to or like affiliated with this event at all. I'm ecstatic that it wasn't anybody like in the school, like no students involved, no faculty involved. Like I'm ecstatic as a former student. I'm happy. Okay, with that part. However, broader point, we got to do better. Um, with raising our kids. I don't I don't know how else to say that. I've never in my life seen this type of stuff happen. I've never been turning up to a song. Everybody's having a good time. Oh my God, yeah, yeah, yeah. And people start putting up guns in the air. I've never been at one of those events. And if I ever was, I'm leaving immediately. And that's part of what I want to be here to tell. If you see people when they should be having fun, having a good time, pull out guns and point them in the air and just get to waving them around like they just don't care. Listen, leave. Leave. That's all you have to do. Just leave. There's not enough fun in the world. Uh, And I say this with all due respect. If you could ask those two individuals, I bet they say the same thing. There's no amount of fun in the world that is worth losing your life over. None. None. There's no amount of fun. I would not um I would not find any type of happiness in that. I would not want to continue down that path. Um, yeah, I, I. It's so hard for me to gather my words for this because it's because I'm trying to be like somewhat respectful. But when I see us do this, and when I say us, I'm talking Black people. I almost feel like there's a certain level of regression that has happened in society and in our mindsets. When you look at people in the past and all the things that they're done and they've done, you know, and when you look at what we're doing now and the things that we're going to have to do in the future to be the generation and answer the call of the now, we cannot spend time doing things like this. We cannot spend time uh literally there's no other way to say this. We're literally killing and tearing each other apart. Like this disrupts an entire community. This destroys entire families. People don't even talk about like the PTSD that comes from things like this. There's no reason to put yourself through this. And there's no amount of alcohol, there's no amount of weed, there's no amount of anything that is going to make it better. Matter of fact, those things and those coping mechanisms are only going to make things worse for you. Period. Dot. We have to go back to a time where we're better as people, that we're holding each other to higher standards. Like I seen videos from some people that were around it, and I was watching one of my friends' video, and it's funny because he's recording it, and as soon as they up the guns, he just starts backing all the way up. He's backing up, but zooming in at the same time, and he's just backing back because he's like, "This is insane," because that never happened before. I was in Conway from 2009 to about 2015. Yeah, 2015. Yeah, 2015. That never happened before, ever. So for 6 years, I've never seen that. There was a brief year where a year and some change where I wasn't there, and that was due to stuff. I was gone. I was gone. I went to pursue other ventures, and I came back, and then I came here to California. But I want people to try and be better. Okay. There's a lot going on in this society right now, in the world right now. And the last thing you need to be worried about is turning up and waving a gun in the air. Okay. That doesn't help anybody. That doesn't help anybody. Shooting doesn't help anybody. Being posing as gangster, trying to be hard like that, that does nothing for anybody, including yourself. It does nothing. Be better. And we got to be better, and if not for ourselves but for the future generation. And we have to keep that mindset till we reach our goals, and we're not there yet. The battle isn't done yet. We have a lot to work towards, and this is not something that we want to get involved in. If anybody ends up finding a GoFundMe link or anything like that for the families of either of these two, because I didn't see anything at the time of recording this video, please let me know. Like DM me on like Facebook or whatever, and I'll attach it in the description, because I do want them to receive as much help as possible. I'm pretty sure at 23 and 24, you weren't planning on dying. You didn't really have life insurance. That's a heavy burden on your family. Nobody wants to bury their child, like, period. So that's already a burden, and then on top of that, covering expenses and bills and different things of that nature. It all, like, just, it's a lot. It's a whole lot. Anyway, thank y'all so much for watching. If you like this video and you made it to this point, please subscribe to your boy. I'm up out of here. Peace.